Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another video. My name is Diana and I live in the Canadian prairies with my husband, our two wonderful daughters, and our dog named Scout. I make cross-stitch patterns under the name Diana Bloom Designs, and I am very excited to be coming to you today with a different video. This is not exactly a Flosstube video as I'm just releasing one single pattern today. I'm actually collaborating with Kenzie from Mudpuppy Stitchery, who's here on YouTube, as well as she's a cross stitch designer selling her patterns on her Etsy shop, just like me. So, Kenzie recently reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in collaborating with her on a pattern design. And we decided that we would each create our own pattern design based on a single prompt. If you know Kenzie or if you followed her at all, she is a self proclaimed bird nerd, which is something that I also consider myself, although next to her wealth of knowledge, she is certainly the bird nerd, and I am maybe the bird nerd in training. But she is wonderful. Her videos are so good. She has a nature segment that's really wonderful. So, yes, I was so excited to get to collaborate with her on this. And then I think, Kenzie, you would agree the hardest part for us was deciding which bird to use in our design. We realized we had to pick one bird, and that was really something, but also very fun because we got to muse about different bird options, which I really enjoyed. She realized that the state bird, I think, Kenzie, I'm right, for her state is the loon. And when she mentioned that, we started looking into what's the provincial bird for me over here in Canada. But I realized that I felt much more strongly about the loon than whatever my provincial bird was going to be, because up here in Canada, we love loons. They're on our money, they're iconic. I'm sure this is true for many places all over the world, but growing up, all of the kids in every class that I'd been in all throughout elementary were all sitting there trying to do loon calls all summer long. I also camp a lot, and I have done since I was probably 5, and we spend all of that time hearing loons and again practicing our little loon calls as kids, and they're just really synonymous with summer to me. So right away when she said, "Oh, like my state bird is a loon, what's yours?" I was like, "No, I'm jumping on with you. I want to do a loon too. So let's just do loons." So we decided that loons in summer was our prompt. And then we both just ran from there. And I realized I didn't even see her pattern until it was done. She didn't see mine until it was done. And they look so good together. I love it. It's fantastic. So I will start off by showing you the pattern that Kenzie put together right here beside me. I'm trying to think what she called it now. I'll have to put the name up on the screen and I'll confirm. I only have the name that the came with the picture, so I'm not sure that that's the proper name. But it is such a gorgeous pattern. And when I was looking at loons, I was thinking, oh, it'd be so interesting to do something underwater. And she went ahead and did that. How cool is that? You know, you see all the fish and the seaweed. It's such a gorgeous pattern, so much fun. I love the bubbles. I love that she's got it on the blue linen, which I went with the blue linen too, which is really, again, really fun. I feel like these would look beautiful side by side. Speaking of which, I will pull up my pattern alongside hers. Hopefully they will both fit on the screen. I'll move over. So side by side, I have, oh, I have to do it this way. Kenzie's pattern and my pattern. So my pattern, I'll let you know, is called Loon Call. Again, because that's for me growing up, that was such a big part of childhood. And I don't know, it felt like every June school lost the plot. We didn't care anymore. And we were all just sitting there trying to do loon calls for the last 4 weeks of summer or 4 weeks of school. Yes. So my pattern, I'll give you the specs. It's 139 by 99. So it's not overly huge. And you can see it's got that border all the way around that really utilizes the colors that's in the water. And then the loon itself, I'll show you some of the colors here. So that's it. Actually, it needed many, many more colors than I initially thought. Even looking at the chart, I was like, that's not that many colors. But it all really comes together, and I think it all really works out. The one thing I will say is that this red, it's called Cheeky, And all of my flosses are Roxy Floss Co. Flash her amazing label. Look at that. Man, her logo's so good. So nice. But I do have a DMC list if that suits you. And I'll tell you why there are so many colors. So basically, you need the black and the white and the Loon. The red is for the eye. So I will say this is Roxy Flossco Cheeky. And if you don't have a beautiful bright cherry red, I highly recommend this one. But if you do have a bright cherry red, there are only 3 red stitches in this whole chart. So I would tend to use the one that you have, or you can go with the DMC option. I don't know why my focus is going in and out. I think it loves the instrument that's behind me. So there's that. And then these 2 blues here make up the water. And they are much warmer blues than what's used in the Loon. Oh, this is just so frustrating. There we go. Okay. So the Loon, because it almost looks like a black bird, but when you look at it, there's so many beautiful colors that shine in the feathers. This bottle green is really prominent. And then I have a near black blue, a near black brown, and then true black. Those all work together in harmony to create what looks to be overall pretty well a black bird, but then you see all those beautiful colors building it together, and I think it looks really nice. And then these create the trees on the island. These are the island colors. And then, yeah, our much warmer blues for the water. And this one called Thin Air is very subtle on the linen, which I think is really nice. It's almost a tone-on-tone stitching color palette with the water there, but not quite. It stands out just enough. And then this is the linen that goes with it. I'll put it in front just for a moment so you can see it nicely. So this is called Cloud Break. My cut happens to be 40 count, but of course you can stitch it on your favorite count. And then I'll show you them together. Here's all of the great many colors. Hold it back a little. On Cloud Break. And I think it really is just so pretty. I'm very excited about this one. It's more colors than I usually reach for in a pattern, but I think it just works. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. And so you can see with this pattern again, I wanted to go a little bit more painterly in the trees. And then I've got that cattail that leads your eye down to the Loon. I'm just really excited about this one. And I've got actually a true kind of traditional looking, somewhat recognizable as a real border on this one. I feel like I either go super heavy or no border at all. And this one was kind of the actual middle ground that I think I sort of expected that I would do more so. But yeah, so that's Loon Call. And I was so excited and grateful that Kenzie reached out to me so that we could work together and come up with some patterns on the same idea. That's just so super fun. It was such a fun creative prompt for me, especially I wasn't going to do a Loon this year. So it was really nice just to get to have a new different idea and something to get to play around with and be really creative with. So yeah, I hope you really like the pattern. Just a really quick video for me today. I'm really excited to get to show you this one and to get to show you Kenzie's pattern as well. I will, of course, be linking her YouTube channel down below and her Etsy shop in case you are interested in purchasing her pattern or checking out her videos as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, a really quick one. I'll be joining you shortly, I think is it 2 weeks for another regular Flosstube update. So I can't wait to check back in with you for that. And I hope you have a really wonderfully stitchy Friday. Thanks, friends.